there and welcome to the Evening Review. My name is Ogito Greg, and in studio with me this evening I have Ms. Sophia Belete-Tekie. She has recently been recognized with the award for Women in Engineering Leadership at the 11th UNESCO Africa Engineering Week at the 9th African Engineering Conference in Kampala, Uganda. Good evening, Ms. Tekie.
Good evening.
How are you, ma'am?
Fine, thank you, and thanks for the invite.
You're welcome. With your distinguished career and long career, what did this recent award mean to you?
I must say that, all my life has been evolving around service for humanity. And whatever we do, we try to do it in excellence. And I've been the first female engineer for the Engineering Professions Association, or EPA, since 2006. And then I've also been a member of the Engineering Council until 2018. And from 2022 until present June 2025. So really for me, it means a lot because I think it's a recognition of all the services that were rendered, because we don't get paid, even board sitting fees or anything. We do it for the love of the industry. Yes. And it came by surprise, at this right time. I think God's timing is always beautiful. Yes. So really for me, this award is not only for Sophia Tekie, but for all Namibian female engineers, as well as African engineers.
Elaborate for us a little bit about being the first female to lead the Engineering Professionals Association of Namibia, and also tell us a bit about whether the country has made any progress in making it easier for women to enter the engineering profession.
I can give you an example. From about 3,500 registered engineers in Namibia, only less than 5% are women. Sure. And that says a lot. Yes. And we need to start with the girl engineer, the girl student from school, where we really need to start helping them to love mathematics and physics and what we call the science subjects. Yes. Because they have become a taboo that girls should always go and do the social sciences, and boys must do the hard work, the engineering work. Yeah. And also as a woman engineer, it has not been an easy journey, because you need to work harder with family and prove yourself. You have to work maybe 10 times more to prove yourself that you are worthy of that title. So really, when I entered into engineering, I wasn't too happy, I'll be honest with you, as in the university. Yeah. But it was either that or to be a teacher, study mathematics or physics. Then I said I'd rather go to do engineering so that I can at least build something with it. Yeah. And the way I grew up in my house is, we believe in consultation. And men and women are like the two wings of a bird, because I belong to the Baha'i faith, Baha'i religion, as you know. I've been here on different forums. So in the Baha'i faith, it teaches that, the men and women are like the two wings of a bird. Okay. And the bird can only fly when they are balanced. So now we have compartmentalized. Men are for this, women are for this, but that time has passed. Yeah. So I really must say that, of course, nowadays you see that also with, especially, there are three, engineering, disciplines. Yeah. One is a technician with a national diploma. The other one is an incorporated engineer with bachelor's of technology. Okay. And the third one is a professional engineer with B engineering or a bachelor of science. So in these three categories, we have seen improvement in the last, say, 20, 30 years. And the EPA, the Engineering Professions Association, used to do, for example, bridge competitions, just to bring awareness in the schools. And the aim of the Engineering Profession Association is really to encourage and be a mobilizer of engineers in a country. Yeah. While the Engineering Council is more regulatory and appointed by the Parliament or established by the Parliament, reporting to the Minister of Works and Transport. So the EPA has more versatility because it's an association at the end of the day, and it was established 40 years ago. So, we also believe that engineering doesn't have, gender, color, tribe. There is no isms in engineering, as we all know. So when I was in Kampala to receive this award, about 1,500 people were there.
Wow.
So you can say that it was cream a la cream of African engineers that were there in this gathering.
Awesome, awesome. As a Namibian, I'm very proud of the progress we are making as a country in terms of building roads. And I understand that you've also been instrumental in trying to incorporate roads and transport into the engineering sphere. Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I work for the Roads Authority as the roads management system, head of road management system. And what the system does is, in a scientific way, it does the budgeting of the whole national road network, when to do what in a scientific manner.
Yes.
So we come up with a budget, and then that budget goes, if it's economically warranted, it goes to the Road Fund Administration, and the road users, through road user charging, the money is collected, and through fuel levies, the money is collected by Road Fund, and then it is allocated, for each road. And what we call the social roads are roads that are, they are not, directly giving you return on investment, but they are giving you, they are of social importance, like to a school or to a hospital. And those are funded by the government or by the donor. So the road management system have been, in fact, I call it, it's older than my daughter, because my daughter is 30 years, but the road management is 35 years. So I've really put a lot of effort, not only myself, but as a team in the Road Authority. And it's one of the success stories that a lot of African countries come to see what type of system we have. Just recently, a Liberian delegation was there to see and learn from our system. And obviously, when we meet other people, we also learn. Because one of my motto in life is we need to have always a learning attitude, If your cup is full, then you cannot add anything. Although I have 35 years experience, but we still learn every day from each other.
As a Namibian road user, I want to say thank you very much for that work. I enjoy, and often I'm on the long road, so it really makes a difference. But now let's get to a topic that might be a little bit more controversial. Until very recently, you were the president of the Engineering Council of Namibia. And that tenure ended quite dramatically. Could you share with us what the situation was, what led to the end of your tenure?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think I was in this forum when the Minister of Works and Transport dissolved the council.
Yes.
And as I said, I don't call it dismissal, and I don't call it that as if something, was done by the council. The council tried its best to keep that standard of engineering as much as possible. But there was disunity, unfortunately, in the council. And that because of that, and of course, regarding the registrar, there were issues between the registrar and the council. Not Sophia Belete-Tekie in the council, but the registrar. So because of that, I think the decision that the minister took was to dissolve it. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't think it's my place to say. That is the answer that the minister needs to give. But there is a new council now, and I wish them all the best. But that does not mean that, whatever our council did, we have made a lot of strides and achievement to keep that standard as much as we can when it comes to registering of engineers. And that is very important. And I think this recognition, because in July I got the recognition of Southern African Federation of Engineers Award, and now it's the African Award. And the World Federation of Engineers at the moment is chaired by an African who's from Nigeria. So you can say that the whole engineering fraternity was in Kampala. And therefore, for me, the council has done its best, and we have given a handover report to the minister, and 5 of the council members, we have decided out of 9, which is majority. So the council has decided to make that information public.
Okay.
So whatever has been the challenges and the opportunities, we have made it public. And now it's the duty of the new council then to accept it, reject it, do what they want to do with it. But for us, what is important was to tell the truth to the public, yes, and to also Honorable Minister in a transparent manner. Because at the end of the day, the council is supposed to serve the people, serve the engineers. And why is it important, to have that standard kept? If you have a person who's not qualified to register, yeah, and then they go and they do, say, a bridge or a structure, yeah, and then it collapses, it's a safety matter. It's, yes, a public safety matter. People will die. Yes, yes. And therefore, the regulatory body is very important. That there is no corruption, there is no favoritism, because engineering is engineering. And one of the things of the learning we had even now in this conference in Kampala was we really need to keep engineering as technical as possible, okay, and not really interfere with politics or all the isms, yeah, nationalism, racism or whateverism. Yeah. Really, engineering is a technical field, so it doesn't have color, it doesn't have gender. Engineering is engineering. And one of the topics or one of the regulations in our Act of 1986, amended as 1991 of the Engineering Act, is Code of Ethics and, yes, Conduct. Yes. So Code of Ethics and Conduct means truthfulness at the end of the day. So we cannot, play with, issues, and that letter is very clear, yeah, and we don't want to go to the past because now it's handed over to the new council. And let them deal with it, But from our side, really, if you look at the career that I had for the last 35 years, it has been a lot of voluntary work because of the service for humanity. Yeah. And because of I'm a Baha'i and also, incidentally, the Mother Temple of Africa is in Kampala. Oh, okay. So this temple, it has 9 sites. And which means Judaism, Christianity, or Muslim faith, and the Baha'i. Any door you go through, there is only one dome, which means there is only one God. Yeah. So at the end of the day, when your life is dedicated for service, and this is also what we want to, teach all our children and grandchildren, and even this road management system, it's not Sophia Belete-Tekie's system, it is Road Authority's system. We really want to take it to the next generation. And something that we are proud of. Namibia is known by the World Economic Forum since 2017, consecutively for 5 years, having the best roads in Africa. Wow. So,
Ms. Tekkie,
yes.
Let me interrupt you there because we're just quickly going to
Sure.
go on a short commercial break, but we'll be right back after this. Please stay with us.
Sure.
Missed the madness? Catch every sharp jab, unfiltered truth, and political punchline from Second Take, the show that says what others won't. From presidential bloopers to policy absurdities, we satirize the powerful and poke the pompous. If you didn't catch the fire live, don't sweat it. Every single story is waiting for you on Echo. Find us at 102.com and Echo, in your time, on your terms.
Moro Namibia, catch chill sessions every Saturday at 1900 hours on NTV, hosted by Michael Kayunde, for trending Namibian music videos and top entertainment news. Or alternatively, watch anytime on Echo via 102, your hub for all episodes.
Missed the latest episode of Tourismus? Don't worry, Echo has you covered. Catch every travel adventure, insider industry news, and exciting destinations from Tourismus anytime, anywhere. Visit www.102.com and click on Echo to relive the journeys, rewind the adventures, replay the stories. Tourismus, where adventure meets prime time.
Welcome back to the Evening Review. My name is Okito Greg, and in the studio with me this evening, Ms. Sophia Belete-Tekie. She was recently recognized in Kampala in Uganda by the 11th UNESCO Africa Engineering Week and at the 9th African Engineering Conference for her role, a woman in engineering leadership. She was given the award. Ms. Tekie, we were just discussing your time at the Engineering Council of Namibia, and one of the issues in that regard was the assertion that the members of the board, your board, the one you led, it was never gazetted, and therefore, according to that, all your decisions might need to be reviewed and set aside. How is that possible that it was never gazetted? Is that the case?
Yes, that's the case, and the reason also the Engineering Council lost the case against the registrar, according to the chair lady of the hearing, was for two reasons. One was that it was not gazetted, and the second one was that there was no decision to discipline the registrar, which was not the case, obviously. So I think it's a technicality matter at the end of the day, but the allegations that were put forward against the registrar remain, and until today there is no resolutions to them. So all the allegations that I have stated in the previous interview are very clear, the three allegations against the registrar, and they have not been, resolved until today, unfortunately. So I think with technicalities, anything can happen. So we wish the new council all the best so that they can resolve this matter, because ethics and code of conduct is one of our ethos, in the engineering fraternity. Yes. And especially in the professional environment, you don't want to have those types of things. A lot of things were said about me, but all of those are side issues. The real issue is in that 6-pager letter that we had sent to the Honorable Minister by 5 council members. So I think for me, that is the issue there. And I also wish that the new council will be gazetted as soon as possible, so that the same mistake is not done with the mistakes that was done with our council. Because you see, when you don't follow the law, any small loophole is found, to somehow protect 1 or 2 people, unfortunately. So, truth always comes out, as they say. And that's why for me also, I feel this award came at the opportune time, because it's not about today's, contribution that I have made. In 2015, when I was the first woman vice president of the Engineering Council of Namibia, and also the Engineering Professions Association member, in Victoria Falls, I signed on behalf of Namibia the MOU of Southern African Federation of Engineers. So that was really historical, because we became a member of the Southern African Federation, because we don't live in a village. We talk about globalization in this age. So Namibia also, we don't live in isolation on our own. We are part and parcel of the Southern African Federation. And now that federation, there is for Southern Africa, for Eastern Africa, for Western Africa. So all these federations now were now under FAO, which is the African Federation. And all Federation of Africa, of North America, of all the world is in the World Federation of Engineers. And if you look at, what we do in these organizations is really looking at the water sector as the energy sector, how to build capacity. These are the different committees, women in engineering. So I was given this award by the Women in Engineering in recognition of the 35 years of service, not of today. That needs to be very clear. And then the second thing is also for me, as a global village, what is the contribution of engineers towards society? One is we need to transform ourselves and have the values. And the second thing is, how do we transform the society? When you build a road, when you build a bridge, when you build a structure, you are giving service for humanity at the end of the day. But it has to be the right way, no shortcuts. And in my acceptance speech, or in the keynote speech, I was privileged to give in Kampala. What I told them was two things. One, the Baha'i temple is in Kampala. Please, let's go and pray. But prayer is not enough. We need to put that prayer into action. And that action is to serve humanity. And it is very important to look at, we engineers, especially for the young ones, we have two isms for Africa. One is tribalism, and the second is materialism. These two isms are consuming our youth. There is no shortcuts for success. 35 years experience means 35 years experience. So you cannot get here without going through the steps. Yes, 1 or 2 years can be expedited, but experience means experience. Experienced engineer, the judgment that engineer gives on a certain problem is a very different than a person who just entered as an intern. So for the young engineers, my advice is really, and what they gave, in fact, from this whole, 1,500 engineers and 25 countries, is that there is no shortcut. But now there is AI coming, there is innovation coming, and Africa is rising. So Namibia cannot be isolated. We are part and parcel of that bigger picture as well. And we have a role to play in our society.
Yes, very important. But I'd just like us to revisit that question briefly about the gazetting. Is there something that the council should have still done to get gazetted, or is it purely in the scope of the ministry? The reason I ask is because the new council by last week had still not been gazetted. Is there something that they need to do that you didn't do, or is it out of your hands completely and totally in the office of the minister?
It's completely in the office of the minister, because that is when you appoint and you give appointment letters, the gazetting also comes together.
I see.
And as a council, though, we have sent a lot of reminders to the former Minister of Transport.
Okay.
We have it in black and white. And also to the new minister, we had given him a reminder to gazette us, until we were dissolved.
Yes.
So the gazetting, you see, when you don't do everything according to the law by the letter, when controversy comes, that's when then somebody looks for a loophole.
Yes.
So they came and they said, oh, by the way, the council is not gazetted, so you are not legal. But really, if we have gotten appointment letter, we have been paying salaries, we have been registering people. So are we saying all those people who are registered are not registered? Or what are we saying? It has repercussion.
Yes.
It has a risk.
Yes.
At the end of the day. And this is a statutory body appointed by the parliament, So at the end of the day, we need to follow the law. And even in our letter, when we were relieved, we said, we are going, no problem. But please make sure that the new council is gazetted as soon as possible. And then the second thing is also, here are the challenges and the opportunities that we had as a council. And we listed them. And it is 5 members who wrote that letter. And believe you me, it was not easy to put that truth, because when there is controversy and disagreements, we are all wrong, We want to have peace and to do our work, but it was not possible also to do our work, unfortunately, because of the disunity that was in the council. So really for us, we have done our best under the circumstances, but we also needed government support with the gazetting so that we can also continue with the work that we were supposed to do.
Indeed. Could you share with us some of the opportunities that you, as the previous council, had identified and that you shared with the minister before we look at challenges?
I really don't want to go into the details because now there is a new council that has been there, but we have finalized 2 audits, for example, that even the previous council did not do. The 2019 and 2020 audit was finalized. We have registered people. We have streamlined the IT, the whole ICT, backups and processes. If you look at, to put procedures in place for the accountant, I mean, to get 2 audits done in our tenure, I think that is one success. It was not easy. And that's coming even from the previous council at the end of the day. And also the registration of incorporated engineers and professional engineers had gone smoothly. And also from the academic committee, a lot of work has been done to put processes in place and procedures in place, because educational institutions are supposed to be, the content is accredited by the Engineering Council. NQA accredits, what level you are, but the content, how many hours is, for example, structures or this or that, all of that is done by the Engineering Council. So any college that comes, the engineering content comes to the Engineering Council. And the chair of that committee has done a lot of work, when it comes to that.
That's good news. Our time is almost up, but I'd like you just to share a little bit about your impression of the future of engineers in Namibia as it stands now. Are we preparing young people properly? Are the people that are coming through the ranks and coming to be considered by the council to be admitted into engineers, are they of the quality that we want to see?
Obviously, the new council has a lot of work to do. And not only as council, but every engineer in this country, we need to be united. We need to be united as engineers. We have a lot of institutions, engineering institutions, so we need to have synergy with these institutions. And also, from where we left off as Engineering Council, the new council needs to take over and see, what did our letter say, the handover letter, what did we mean by what we meant. So we still need to give handover to the new council, and we wish them all the best. But I also believe, when you look at unemployment and all of that, there is a lot of opportunity for engineers and capacity building as well. Moral leadership is, for example, one of them. And the Engineering Professions Association had a 3-day workshop on moral leadership. How to do consultation, how to resolve problems, how to work together, and not to say me only, but how can, as a society, we can all grow together. And that this universe is so big at the end of the day. When you look at the ocean and you look at the mountains and everything, everyone has a role to play at the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tekie.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for joining us here on the Evening Review. And tomorrow evening, there'll be something brand new for you to see. So join us again for tonight. Good night.